You ever feel like you're just stuck on a hamster wheel? You work hard, you try to do all the right things, but at the end of the month, you're just broke. Well, you are definitely not alone. And what if I told you it might not even be your fault? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the invisible system that's designed to keep you broke. And more importantly, we're going to lay out the escape plan. Okay, let's just start with a number that, well, it might just shock you. $8,000. That is the median bank account balance in America. Now, I'm not talking about the average, which gets skewed by billionaires. I mean the median, the exact middle. So if you have more than 8 grand in the bank right now, you are wealthier than half the country. Just let that sink in for a second. So this is where things get really weird, right? You turn on the news, and all you hear is the economy is booming, the stock market is at an all-time high. But then you look at your own bank account, and it feels like you're living in a completely different reality. Well, that feeling, that huge disconnect, it's real, and it has a name, the split-screen economy. And let me be perfectly clear, that feeling you have, that knot in your stomach when you think about money, it is not just in your head, it's real. The numbers hiding just beneath those happy headlines, they tell a much, much different story, one that probably sounds a lot more like your life. Just look at this. It's staggering. 2 out of every 3 Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And yet this isn't just a low-income problem anymore. We're talking people earning 6 figures. Doctors, lawyers, programmers, they're trapped in the exact same cycle. The money comes in, and poof, it's just gone. And if you want to know just how close to the edge people are, this is it. Nearly a quarter of the country has zero emergency savings. Nothing. That means one flat tire, one unexpected trip to the dentist, and it's a full-blown financial crisis. And retirement? Over half of Americans have nothing saved. It's not even on the radar because they're just trying to survive today. Okay, so I know what we all keep hearing. Inflation is cooling down, things are getting better. And sure, technically. But that's like saying a fire isn't spreading as fast after it's already burned down half the house. The damage is done. Since 2020, the price of everything has shot up about 25%. So let me ask you, did your pay go up 25%? Yeah, didn't think so. That gap, that's your buying power getting absolutely shredded. So here's the crazy truth. Both screens can be real at the same time. The economy is doing great if you own assets. If you own stocks, if you own real estate, you're probably doing fantastic. But if you're one of the millions of people who just lives off a paycheck, well, you're on the other side of that split screen. And you are falling further and further behind. So the big question is, why? Why is this happening? If working harder isn't the answer, what is going on? Well, it's because this isn't an accident. It's a system. An invisible prison with rules and traps designed to keep you exactly where you are. So, let's take a look at the bars on your cell. Just read that one more time. Because for so many people, this is the aha moment. For our entire lives, we've been told that being broke is a personal failure. You just need to budget better, stop buying coffee, get a side hustle, right? But what if that's all a distraction? What if the real problem is that the game itself is rigged? And this right here is one of the most brilliant, most devious traps of them all. You know the feeling. You get that promotion, you get a raise, and you think, yes, finally I can get ahead. But then a few months go by and, where'd the extra money go? Suddenly you have a slightly nicer car, a slightly bigger apartment, and you're just as broke as you were before. You're not wealthier, you're just living a more expensive version of broke. And here's how they do it. This is how the system actually rewires your brain. Think about it. Nobody asks, how much does the car cost anymore? The only question is, what's the monthly payment? It's a genius psychological trick that makes a massive $40,000 purchase feel small and manageable. It completely hides the true cost of what you're buying. And the hits just keep on coming. You've got crippling credit card debt, those tempting buy now, pay later schemes, the social pressure to spend thousands on your friend's wedding, even just silly bank fees. Each one feels like a tiny little leak in your financial boat. No big deal, right? But put them all together and you're sinking fast. Okay, I know, that was a lot. And right now, it's really easy to feel hopeless. But please stick with me, because understanding the prison is the first step to breaking out. So now we're going to shift gears. We're done with the problem. Let's talk about the solution. And the goal isn't to get rich overnight. The first goal is something way more important: achieving financial calm. So what exactly is financial calm? It's not about having $1 million in the bank. It's a feeling. It's knowing that if your car breaks down, it's an inconvenience, not a catastrophe that throws your whole life into chaos. It's about having options. And that feeling, that is what lets you finally switch your brain out of survival mode and into growth mode. All right, so how do we get there? Here's the roadmap. Now look, this isn't sexy or glamorous, but this is the work that matters. Step 1, build a small calm buffer, just your first $1,000 in savings. Step 2, gain control. Actually track your money so you know where it's really going. And step 3, attack your high interest debt like your life depends on it, because it kind of does. This is the path out. Once you've achieved that state of calm, once you have that solid foundation under you, now we get to play offense. This is the exciting part. This is where we stop just plugging leaks in the boat and start building a powerful engine that can take you anywhere you want to go. We're going to build a wealth machine. To do this, you have to make a huge mental shift. Most of us are trained in the cheap mindset. We only ask, how much does this cost? But the wealthy mindset asks a totally different question. What's the return on this investment? Will buying this tool save me time? Will taking this course increase my skills? You stop thinking about price and start thinking about value. Now, the secret to making this all work isn't about having superhuman willpower. Nope, it's one word: automation. You set it up so that the day you get paid, money is automatically moved into your savings and investment accounts. You pay your future self first, before you can even think about it. It's a cheat code that takes your emotions and bad habits right out of the equation. Now, I have to be real with you. The beginning is the hardest part, by far. Getting to that first $100,000 in investments feels like pushing a giant boulder up a really steep hill. It's a slow, painful grind. But then, something magical happens. The boulder reaches the top of the hill and starts rolling on its own. Your money starts making money, and the growth just gets faster and faster. That's the payoff. And this, right here, is the ultimate goal. It's not about never working again or retiring to a beach at 40, unless that's your thing. It's about reaching a point where your job becomes a choice, not a prison sentence. It's the moment your money is working just as hard for you as you are for it. That is true freedom. So, once you've done it, once you've escaped the trap and built this machine for yourself, the question you ask every morning completely changes. It's no longer, how will I survive? It becomes, what do I want to build? What impact do I want to have? The entire system is designed to keep you so busy struggling that you never have the space to even ask that question. So I'll leave you with this. What will you do when you finally can?